Hey everybody, it's me, Cal Matthew again. So I was just talking with my buddy Corey from Austin. Out of all the things in the world, he was thinking about trees. Corey was all, if water comes into a tree from the roots, how does the water get way up to the tops of the tree if trees don't have hearts? Well, I never really thought about it like that before, but I know the answer. The thing is, plants and trees have bodies just like we do. And they have bodily functions, just like we do. The functions plants do to stay alive are response, transport, and reproduction. So, which of these is all about getting water around to the plant's body? Yeah, transport. How can we talk about plant bodily functions without talking about plant body systems? Did you ever think about that? Well, plants have bodies just like animals do. You know how we're made up of the circulatory system, the skeletal system, the digestive system, and all the rest of them. Well, plants are made up of these body systems too. Except, unlike us, we have 11 or 12, they really only have two, the roots and the shoots. Easy, right? The root system is pretty much just the underground organs of a plant. Like what? Well, the roots, obviously, but also tubers to store energy and rhizomes for when some types of plants reproduce in non-traditional ways. The shoot system is all the organs of a plant above the dirt. What are these parts? There's the leaves and stems, and a lot of plants have flowers and fruits too. So if you look at this pic, it pretty much breaks it down for you, right? You got your roots down below the ground and your shoots up above the ground. So which parts of these systems is responsible for transport? A bunch of them. But let's focus on these two just for now. Stems and roots. The stems and roots are definitely the highways of a plant's body. Let's circle these organs. In roots and stems, you got two important types of vascular tissue. Vascular tissue is just a cool way of saying tubes. So tube type number 1 is called xylem, and tube type number 2 is called phloem. These tubes are responsible for transporting different substances around the body. Xylem specifically carries water. Water in a plant basically moves up from the roots out to the rest of the body. Phloem carries sugar. And what kind of sugar is most important for energy? Heck yeah, glucose. And where does this glucose come from? That's right, photosynthesis. And since photosynthesis happens in the leaves, glucose pretty much moves in from the leaves and all around to the rest of the plant. So there's the vascular tissue for you. Xylem moving water up and phloem moving sugar around. But here's the question. If you look at a giant redwood tree, it's huge. If you wanted to, you could cut a hole through it big enough to drive a car right through the redwood's trunk. The leaves of a redwood tree are like 400 feet up in the air. That's what me and Corey were talking about. How does water make it through the xylem to the leaves all the way up there? Well, what's cool is the leaves pull the water through the xylem. No heart needed. Crazy. How does that happen? There's one more important structure for transport. Stomata in the leaves. Here, let's zoom in on a leaf at like a microscopic level. Can you see those guard cells at the bottom level? Well, those guys open up to make a hole called a stoma. Your average leaf will have hundreds of thousands of stomata, depending on the species and location of the plant. When this stoma hole opens up, water evaporates out of the plant. That sounds bad, right? And I guess it is pretty bad if there's not enough water for the plant. But this is how water transport happens. It's called transpiration. Transpiration is the movement of water as it evaporates through the leaves. If you think about it, the word transpiration kind of sounds like a combination of the words transport and evaporation. And that's kind of true. When the water molecule at the top is evaporated by the sun, it pulls up on the water molecule attached to it below. Now that one's the top molecule, and it will pull on the next one when it evaporates. This is called capillary action. To me, it's like a string of water is being pulled through the plant's body. And then the water molecules diffuse out wherever they're needed in the plant. So that's a pretty big deal, huh? Plants move glucose and water all throughout their bodies without a heart to pump. The root system and shoot system interact, and transpiration takes place to move water all the way to the tops of the trees. Well, I guess that does it for me this time. So until next time, it's Kellen Matthews saying, I'm rooting for you, but you gotta leave. Y'all take care.